We are back with a new video. Today we're going to be talking about heater options in a van. I'm just hanging out with little baby Vance here. We are staying home with all the coronavirus stuff going on. We really hope that you are staying home, staying healthy, that you're safe and you're doing well. It's kind of a crazy time right now. So we wanted to give you guys some valuable content if you're in the middle of a van build or thinking about a van build. So we wanted to talk about heater options in a van. Some are more expensive, some are less expensive, some are more safe, all that good stuff. And we also quickly wanted to say thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. Now let's head out to the shop and Alex is gonna go through all the heater options.
Hey guys, today we are going to be talking about heater options for your DIY camper van conversion. Now the easiest option is going to be either a Mr. Buddy heater, which is a propane heater you can pick up at Walmart for about 65 bucks, or an electric heater which you would need to be plugged into shore power because odds are your battery bank is not going to be big enough to run an electric heater off of your battery bank for very long. A couple things to think about with this. One, the Mr. Buddy heaters. We have used those. We actually had one of those in our very first camper van conversion. You cannot leave those on overnight. That is not something that you're going to want to leave on while you're sleeping. So you can have it running while you're awake, but then you're going to want to shut it off before you go to bed. Same thing with an electric heater. Those do get really hot, and anything like that that is creating a large surface with a lot of heat on it, I wouldn't want to leave on at night while I am sleeping in my van. One of the other options that you have, if you have decided to use a lot of propane in your van, you can go with a propane heater. These are more like the models that you would find in your standard RV, either B class or C class. I know that Suburban, Dometic, lots of other brands make propane heat sources and heat options that you can put in your van, and we will link those down below in the blog post. Now, if you want to get a little bit more intense, a little bit more expensive, and a little bit more work in it, the install process, you can go with either a Webasto or an Sbar heater. Now, which option you go with depends on which kind of van or vehicle you're building in. The Sbar is primarily used for diesel vehicles, where the Webasto has a petrol or a gas option. So if you're building in a ProMaster, for example, the Webasto petrol version is going to be what you're going to want to go with, versus if you're building in a Sprinter that's a diesel, then you can actually use the Sbar D2 diesel heater, which is primarily what we use in our camper van conversions. Now these two options are more expensive, but in our opinion, they are the most efficient. Now the great thing about these is that both of them run off of the vehicle's fuel tank. Now that means that there is an auxiliary pump that is connected to both of these heating units that feeds either the petrol or gas or the diesel directly to the heating unit, and that is what creates the heat source. Again, if you have a petrol or a gas engine, you're going to want to go with the Webasto because that is designed for petrol or gas engines. And with the ProMaster, it is a little bit different. There is an auxiliary fuel source, a tap on the gas tank that you can actually access that to fuel the heating unit, and that is found between the two seats. It's actually kind of a funky configuration in place for it. There's two covers there that you remove, and you're going to need some connections in order to connect the fuel line there to the pump wherever you decide to place the unit. The really nice thing about the diesel Sbar heater is that they fit really nice under the passenger seat in the Sprinter vans, and the Sprinter vans do come with an auxiliary tap so that you can plug directly into that to run your fuel source. Now, another one of the big bonuses of the Sbar versus the Webasto, there is a company in North America, and it is called Thermo King. Oh man, remember that just in time. Thermo King, they're kind of all over the US and North America, and they actually do service the Sbar heaters. So if you have an issue with your heater, or if you're trying to do routine maintenance on an annual basis, which we highly recommend, then you can have those serviced at the Thermo King locations. If you do end up buying a Webasto heater, that's going to end up shipping from the UK, and there is no North America service for Webasto. So you're going to want to make sure that you're following all the best tips and practices for maintaining and keeping your heater as clean as possible so that you don't end up having a $1,300 investment that in a year or a year and a half, you've got to go back and spend another $1,300 on a new unit because you somehow gunked it up and messed it up. So this is the Sbar D2 diesel heater. This is what we, again, install in the majority of our camper van conversions. This is a 12-volt unit, so it runs without having to have the inverter turned on. We do connect ours to our house battery bank and not the starter battery, just because I don't like having anything connected to my starter battery. One little note on these is that you do not want to run them if your fuel tank is under 1/4. It actually typically won't run if your fuel tank is under 1/4, and that is designed so that you can't use up all the gas in your tank and then you can't go drive somewhere just because you've been running your heater all night. We buy these from a company called sbarparts.com, or you can buy them on Amazon. There's links here both below. They have recently revamped the control module for this. So there is a new Easy Start Pro control module, which is the one this comes with. Depending on where you order this from, you can get like a million different kinds. Not really, but I think I've personally installed 6 different control units for the Sbar. The Webasto is pretty standard for the 2 options that they have. So you'll want to make sure that you get the appropriate control module for how you want to use yours, being able to set it for run durations, times, all that good stuff. Overall install, if it's your first time that you're going to be installing one of these, it's probably going to take you a full day, if not more. There's lots of great tutorials online if you are interested in that. We have not done a full install video on that, but if you are interested, I know that our buddy Scott in his van build guide program, he does have step-by-step details on how to install one of these heaters. There's a bunch of other YouTube videos you can look at. Now, for more information, like I said, there is a blog post down below, which you can find on our website, which is built on Squarespace, who sponsored this video. And Squarespace has so many incredible features. We've been using them for years for our personal websites, also for clients' websites that we have built in the past when we had a marketing company. And one of my favorite functions about the Squarespace website is just a super intuitive backend that requires absolutely no plugins. If you're building on other platforms and you want to do something and then you realize, oh crap, I can't do that because I need to go get a plugin, you never have that issue with the Squarespace website. It has a great blog function, again, which is what you will find if you click the link down below. Super easy to use, lots of different sidebars and tools that you can add. If you look at our blog, you'll see sidebars with lots of cool information and other products and things that you can look for on our website. And it makes it really easy for us to run an e-commerce website just on Squarespace. We are actually selling our first product on our website, which is pretty cool to finally have a physical product that we're selling through Squarespace. So if you're interested in checking it out, go to squarespace.com for a free 2-week trial. And when you are ready to buy your website or domain, go to squarespace.com/40 hours for 10% off your website or domain. I hope you liked this video. That was a lot of information. Again, do your research when it comes to your heater. There is no wrong answer. It really comes down to your budget, what you want to do with your van. But again, we are super comfy with our Sbar heaters and our Sprinter vans. So hope you guys found this useful. Good luck on your build, or good luck researching your build to build later on. We'll see you guys next time.